Hey guys, how you doing? This is Adrian, and we are in Kinesiology 214. We're going to hop into the syllabus video. So to get to the syllabus and the course layout, you use this tab right here, Syllabus and Schedule. Drop into the menu for the syllabus and schedule. And there's two versions, PDF for one and a doc, and there's also a PDF and an XLS. I'm going to go ahead and open the PDF here. And in this PDF, the syllabus itself is an agreement, it's a roadmap, and it outlines, and it's also an informational document that outlines things about the course. So we are scheduled for Wednesdays at 4:30 to 5:15. That's 4:30 prompt. I try to start class right on time. We're a 2-credit course, and even though it's a 2-credit course, there's a ton of content and hands-on that we go into in this course. So please make it a point to be here, and please make it a point to be actively engaged in lab time. This is my information. You can reach me at email. That's the best. I do have a phone number on campus, but I'm an adjunct professor, which means I'm part-time and I don't have an actual physical office. And I literally don't carry any papers on campus or off campus. I do everything through Blackboard as best as possible. So I do have a number. It's a remote mailbox that I can pick up voicemail. But the best way, and I respond to voice email way better than voicemail. So please email me. Now, interestingly enough, my last name is Fleischer. The way Harper has the number of characters set for email addresses, it cuts off the R on the last of my name. So my last name is not Fleischi, Adrian Fleischi. It's actually Adrian Fleischer, but my email is adrianfleischi at harpercollege.edu. I do and will be happy to meet with people if need be. We're kind of frowning that right now, but I'll be happy to do that if we need to meet. Little tidbits regarding important course dates. I hope you never find yourself in this situation, but you have one particular date where you can drop the class for 100% refund. Then you have another particular date where you can withdraw from the course with no refund. So I hope you don't find yourself in this situation, either one of them, and have to drop the course. But realize you do have 2 windows of opportunity to do that. A little bit about the course description. I'm not going to belabor this because this is something you should have understood when you signed up for the course. But this is about being a movement practitioner and understanding how the body works and applying movement into a coaching environment, a training environment, or a physical therapy environment. And with that, you will have the opportunity to work with each other one-on-one, two-on-one, group format. You'll be grading each other as well. And you'll understand different modalities of exercise, how exercise works, how you use exercise as medicine per se, and how you can actually organize your training programs with your clients. I urge you to make it a point to be here for every class. There's a bunch of content, especially in a shorter 13-week course like this. It comes at you pretty darn fast. This book is a pretty good book. I keep it in my library at home. I would definitely go with it and use it as a supplementary piece of material. It's not the main foundation part of the course, though, just so you know. The class itself is about 75 minutes in length. And with that, I've broken this out into 30, 30, 15, roughly. It's subject to change, but I look to do 30 minutes of lecture, and I'll supplement the lecture with online material. That way we don't have to go ahead and do a full hour lecture, because I want you guys to have hands-on in this class and work with each other and understand different types of equipment. And then we'll do maybe 10, 15 minutes at the end, give or take, to kind of debrief what we talked about in class. And I'm going to keep scrolling through this and get down to the important part, right? This is what everybody wants to know. And I always jokingly call it the A train. But in this class, you'll have Check for Learning and virtual labs. Those will be delivered via Blackboard. We're going to have in-class lab assignments where you're going to work with people hands-on, one-on-one, and actually work one-on-one in a training environment. We'll also have a two-on-one as well. There is a hands-on midterm where that's going to be graded by your peers as well as myself. And then I take the grades from each person and I come up with an average of those grades. And then from there, award a grade to an individual. We also have a hands-on final, which is a higher point value because by this point you should have mastered some skill sets. So there's more points there at risk. And then we actually have a written final, which will be found on Blackboard. So the hands-on are what we'll do in class and the in-class lab. Those are the biggies that we'll do together. The Check for Learning, the virtual lab, and the final will all be done online. The attendance and participation, so when you come and show up, you get 5 points. So come to class. This gives you a percentage breakdown. We have 485 points at play in this class, and this gives you the point range for each. I hope every one of you is looking at how to get on the A train. I always jokingly call it that, but 90% will put you at 436 points. And believe me when I tell you, I've had I've had students where they've had 436 points, or they've had 437 points, and doing that one extra homework assignment was the difference between an A and a B in this class. And for many of you, you like to transfer on to another school, and your grade presents economic as well as academic opportunity to get into a class. I make all my announcements on Blackboard. I make announcements in class in the beginning of lecture, and I make it a point to do that regularly so you guys are not walking around in a darkness class. With the behavioral expectations, I look for you guys to follow the student code of conduct as well as code of conduct requirements for the college itself. Now, let me go ahead and scroll over here so I can drag this down a little bit better. Other things you'll see in other classes, academic dishonesty. I don't need to go ahead and belabor that, but you have the academic honesty policy listed there. Other things, code of conduct, resources page, Title IX resource page if you have issues, for email, etc. Now, this is kind of important down here. With Blackboard itself, you have certain rights when you use Blackboard, but you also have to be very aware of when you use other people's copyrighted material and use that to submit assignments. If you have questions regarding fair usage of other people's material, please source this link right here. It'll take you over to that page. So I oftentimes will get an email from Access and Disability Services, if I can say that correctly. And so I have a student who has like an IEP or has to have a quiz read to them or a homework assignment read to them. I've sat in class and read to students. That doesn't faze me at all. It's not a problem at all. Let me know. Usually I catch an email, but I appreciate having the student bring it up so we can accommodate as best as possible. Let me go ahead and pull this back over here. Resources for the library. Those people are great over there. I teach an FYS course and I have them come in and present, and they present ways that you can cull information and find information in a library that, quite frankly, most of my students just didn't know at the time. It's really good stuff. If you ever have an issue with your email, portal, or Blackboard, these are the people to reach out to. They are fantastic at what they do. I use them regularly for issues I have when I'm trying to put content on Blackboard. We have several computer labs on campus, and also if you need resources for a computer, I would start here or start with your division office that your major is out of. Writing Center for Assistance, Tutoring Center for Assistance, Success Services, Excel as well. So with safety and wellness, and I always shine a light on this because even though we're in this virtual environment, the opportunity presents for people to be like keyboard warriors or cause problems with other students in not a physical way, but a virtual way. And even if, for example, you are a student at Harper and you meet with another student at a coffee shop and there is some type of issue that comes up between students, perhaps there's some type of conversation or situation where one student is soliciting the other, or there's some kind of issue in terms of one student to the other, believe me, there are processes in place to protect you. You need not be harassed and suffer in silence. You can reach out to any one of your professors. Now, we have a thing called Starfish in place, and it looks just like it sounds. Think of a starfish, and on each tentacle or each arm of the starfish is somebody who's in your academic orbit. Like for each one of you, I would be in your academic orbit, and I can put an email out to your starfish and reach all the people that are involved in your educational process at Harper. And I've done this where I've had a student come in and say, oh my God, I'm getting hammered in my calculus class and I shouldn't be in advanced calculus and I can't get a D in transfer. How do I change that? And I sent an email out to the starfish saying, hey, this student's having an issue with calculus. Maybe the math instructor talk with them or the counselor speak with them or the advisor. And sure enough, they were able to move him to a different calculus class, a different section, and he ended up getting a good grade and he could transfer out of Harper. So I make this very clear. Don't suffer in silence, whether it's there's some kind of threat, some kind of harassment, you have an issue with the class, speak up. We have ways to resolve these situations on campus and ways to not have you go through a process that's already inherently challenging and have things going on behind the scenes that can that could have deleterious or negative effects to your educational process. So please speak up. As we go ahead and scroll through this a little bit further, this will be one of your assignments down here. Go ahead and fill this out, complete it, scan it, load it, and load it into the assignment page that you'll find. If we close this out, and I go ahead and take this guy and bring it out into the course materials and into learning modules, what you'll find in learning modules and assignments, excuse me, will be, if we scroll down here, this will come up and show live on your screen once we start the class on the 23rd. So submit that here, and then also do one post and response. Just tell me a little bit about your primary field of interest. And to earn full points on this, you'll have to post and respond. So make sure you do a post of your own and respond to somebody else's. Now I have about 5 minutes left, and I just want to go through quickly another area here in terms of the schedule itself. So if we go back into Syllabi and Schedule, I'm going to go to Course Layout. I organize my course in a manner where it's kind of pretty, right? Color codified, Roy G. Biv. And I do this as a way, if you think back to Roy G. Biv, back to elementary school for the color spectrum, red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. When I organize the class, I do it in different modules. So module 1 is in red, module 2 is in orange, module 3, 4, 5. And I try to categorize these to a certain degree. So like this is pretty program heavy down here in the green module, which would be module 4. So if we back this out and you look how this sets up, you know we're going to focus on these things in the lecture. You know any assignments that are provided on the 23rd are going to be due 1 week minus a minute, so 11:59 on Tuesday before our next class. And then you know the lab, we're going to focus on arms. The virtual lab will focus on arms and other things presented in the lab itself in the fitness center. And then the check for learning assignment will be on this material here. And I'm looking to do a post and reply for each one of these. I might turn that down just a little bit. We'll see how this goes in the class because this is a blended course. So let me back out of this. I just want to show this to you while I have a little bit of time left. If we go into modules, which is where you should go to next, and in the module component, if you look at this, we have module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, module 5. And within each one of those modules, you'll notice the folder itself, the header is color codified, Roy G. Biv. So if we go in here, session 1, week 1, you'll have content and assignments, session 2, week 2, session 2, week 3. And what I'll do is, just to kind of keep it organized, each module will have a session 1, 2, or 3, or session 1 or 2. But over here, this will be what week we are in the course. And when you open this up, what you'll see is 3 folders. One will be all the content, one will be all the assignments, and one will be all the supporting material. So I might go out and pull some third-party material for you to review and take a look at. And everything in this class is fair game, so make sure you review that material. Now, I might throw a video up there from Anatomy Zone, which is one of my favorite sites, regarding the bicep for you to review. 10-minute video, 8-minute video, whatever it is, but that material will be down here. So I've tried to break this out into 3 main folders: content, things that I'll deliver, assignments, things that will be graded upon, and then supporting material that we'll have from this course from third parties. All right, guys, I hope this organizational system helps. I know, like, when I started picking this up as a student in college, this Roy G. Biv thing, it was super helpful to the point where I actually had for my classes, I would use highlighters that were color-coded to lead up to a certain exam or a certain quiz date. I would use certain post-it note tabs in my books to help me do that as well. And I would highlight my notebooks the same way as a means to just stay organized. And really, that's half the battle in college, is just being organized. So I'm going to sign off here, and I'm going to let you guys go ahead and start digging into some of the work in Module 1, and also you have to finish this part up here in the introduction module. If you have any questions, email me. That's easy to find. You can even go into faculty information and find my information up here and reach out to me. All right, guys, have a great one. I'm signing off.